Tonight, I want to talk to you a little bit about the media. The media continues to focus on Romneygate, Team Romney in disarray, gaffes again, really. One report even just said that he had already lost the election because he accurately stated government statistics on income tax. That's code red material there. But there is no political trouble for Obama as our embassies literally burn down to the ground. And facts come out that the administration may have ignored warnings. Where is the pressure after the Blaze breaking news that the State Department is considering talks, or in talks, to transfer the mastermind of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing from the U.S. to Egypt for humanitarian and health reasons? This is the Blind Sheikh. We broke this story yesterday in a Blaze exclusive. This is a guy who orchestrated the first World Trade Center bombing. It killed 6, injured over 1,000. The Obama administration is actually considering sending this guy back to Egypt, where he is revered by the new president. President Morsi of Egypt vowed that if he was elected, he would get the Sheikh released from America, calling it a matter of great importance, and said, if I may quote him in the Wall Street Journal, I see times, do we have it? I see times for Omar Abdul Rahman and detainees' pictures. It is my duty, and I will make all efforts to have them free, including Omar Abdul Rahman. That's the Blind Sheikh. Well, the Muslim Brotherhood, remember when they visited the White House back in April? We told you what they were asking for. It was this. It may be paying off. So did this terrorist who visited the White House and State Department specifically to request the Blind Sheikh be transferred to Egypt as a gift to the Egyptian revolution. Tomorrow, you may ask yourself, why is this even possible? I'll explain it. A logical reason as to why this is happening. You won't believe it. Now, when I was on the radio today, the DOJ issued a second statement. The Department of Justice wrote to the Blaze in response and said the assertion that the Blind Sheikh may be transferred to Egypt is utter garbage. The Blind Sheikh is not being transferred to Egypt, nor is he being released. He is serving a life sentence in federal prison. Suggestions that there are discussions to transfer or release him are absolute garbage and completely false. That's fantastic. That's great. If the DOJ had anything to do with foreign affairs. But I don't think that they're sitting across the table in Egypt working this deal. I mean, it would be something if the accusation was that the DOJ was doing it, but they're not. We told you it was the State Department. State Department hasn't responded. Isn't that neat? The DOJ, it's not their job to sit down and negotiate. When we get a statement from the State Department, I'll be halfway to believing that this isn't true. Although Jake Tapper just tweeted this reply now from the White House. The White House says there is no truth to the rumor that the State Department is considering talks to transfer the Blind Sheikh Omar Abdul Rahman to Egypt. Reminder, it is the White House who also told you that it's the YouTube video that is the cause for violence in the Middle East. I truly believe, I do not want to, but I truly believe this president is completing the work of the Muslim Brotherhood in his administration. My staff said this morning exactly what I said last night. As I was handed that, I immediately called New York and said, what is the source on this? Who developed this story? I want to know, because this is quite an accusation. My staff asked me the same thing this morning. Okay, who's the source? Can't tell you the source, but I can tell you, some of the things that are going on. And none of us want to bring this news because, quite honestly, this makes us look insane. It's quite an accusation. But over the past year or so, we have been developing relationships with people in the State Department. And they have been giving us piece by piece information to see if we will actually tell you the truth. Because behind the scenes, they will say, you will never say that. You'll never say it. Because nobody ever will, because they're all cowards. And we have. I mean, we have a very high batting average. Some of it is because I believe that, we receive information. It is our calling to do what we do. But I also know that we also have well-placed sources. And in this particular case, we are working now with people who are risking their lives and their reputation to get the word out, because they believe that we are a nation in deep, deep trouble. These are not people who necessarily agree with me. They just know we're on the wrong track. Some of these people have been working with us on a project I want to tell you about. I mean, when you see the evidence that we have compiled, I believe you will agree with me that we're in deep trouble and the word has got to get out. I want you to mark a date on your calendar. I don't want you to miss the latest from our Blaze documentary films. It is going to air in 2 parts on the Blaze television network, Wednesday, September 26th, and Thursday, September 27th, part 2, at 8 p.m. It is called The Project. This is one of the most amazing stories that has never been told. You need the Arab crisis presented in context and what it means to you and for your country. The information found in an FBI raid just 3 months after 9/11 that reveals the endgame plan for the Muslim Brotherhood. It is in 80 different boxes, most of it under lock and key. But like I told you, we've had people who have risked an awful lot to get this information out, because we are in the end phase of a Muslim Brotherhood project to take over the entire West and the world, to destroy what they call the Great Satan. And it is being done right under our noses. When you see the checklist, I think you will tell all of your friends. I don't want you to miss this documentary. In fact, I'd like you to call your friends now in the Tea Party, in the 912 Project, your neighbors, everyone, anyone that you can put in front of a television set at 8 p.m. We put it at 8 p.m. for a reason. And I'm not hosting it for a reason. I am the executive producer. It is a Blaze presentation. I want as many people to see it and to listen to it as possible. Please gather your friends and gather them together for those 2 nights. You want an October surprise? Surprise, it's happening in September here on the Blaze Television Network.